In this video, we're going to learn how to edit movie posters and other images by adding new details. As you can see here, I have a movie poster from an old movie I watched as a kid. It's Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. You can see in this poster, I have added some extra details. If I remove these details, you can see that I've made some changes to the poster and I've deleted parts of the original actor's face. This is what the finished product looks like. To do this, we're going to have three separate image files. The original movie poster, a photo of my incredibly handsome face, and some sunglasses, which I found online. If I select the movie poster, we can see I need to put my head where Danny DeVito's head is now. I'll be the short one because obviously I'm nowhere near as tall as Mr. Schwarzenegger. If I click on the Mr. G photo, you can see here my face and a white background. Now usually you would select the magic wand tool and select all of the white and then press the delete key. The problem is this is a single layer. So if I press the delete key now, I will get a message asking me to fill with this content aware thing. If I click OK, it will calculate for a moment and then it will fill the background in a very unusual way with bits of my face. And obviously that doesn't look good. So I'm going to click Edit and undo that because it looks terrible. Now the first thing I have to do here is select all of the image by hitting Command A and then Edit, Copy. Then create a new document by clicking File, New, and the image size for that photo which I've just copied are already in the size boxes because Photoshop remembers the size of the image that you just copied. You just have to make sure that you've selected transparent for the background color. When you've done that, click OK or Create. Now select Edit, Paste, and paste the image into the canvas. Now we can use the magic wand tool to select all the white. But you can see it hasn't selected all of the white. That is because the tolerance is too low. The tolerance for the magic wand tool is currently set to 25. The higher the number, the more of the same kind of colour it will select, and the lower the number, the less. So if I change this to maybe 40 and try again, hopefully it will select all of the white, which it does. So now I can hit the delete key and we can see the check background, which means that that's transparent. Obviously, I can't use the magic wand tool for my shirt or neck because they're not all the same colour. So instead, I'm going to have to just click anywhere on the screen to deselect, and then I'm going to select the eraser tool. Then I'm going to change the size of the brush. The higher the number, the larger the brush. The lower the number, the smaller the brush. For the hardness, the lower the number, the more blurred of a line you get. For a higher number for hardness, the more of a very distinct line you get. I'll just undo those so it's back the way it was. Okay, I'm now going to zoom in on my handsome face. I don't mean to scare anyone. Scroll down, and now I'm going to make sure that the hardness is turned up to maximum, the brush is at a size that's reasonable, and I'm going to start to delete around my chin here. What I tend to do is click repeatedly because doing this freehand can become quite tricky. So if you zoom in and just click one bit at a time, it becomes much easier, unless you've got a very steady hand. Okay, I can now zoom out by hitting Command minus. It's Command plus to zoom and Command minus to zoom out. And I'm going to erase the rest of the image. It's very quicker if I just make the brush larger. There we go. Okay, so now if I just Take that chin up a little bit. It looks a little bit more normal there. All right, so now I can hit Command A to select all, edit, copy, and then go to the movie poster and then edit, paste, and paste my face in. The problem is it's way too big right now. So click Edit, Free Transform, and use the corner slider to resize the image. I can then move it by clicking and holding and dragging it up. And I'll make it roughly the same size as Danny DeVito's head here. I can, because I'm in Free Transform, when you see the bent arrow, when you move the cursor outward, I can rotate my face to the same angle as his and then move it into place. It's still a bit big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so I've put that in place now. I'm happy with that. I can click the check mark. The problem is, if I zoom in here, you can see parts of Danny DeVito's head are still clearly visible, and I don't want that. So we are going to paint over parts of his head with parts of the background. Make sure you select the background layer. And now we're going to use this rubber stamp looking tool. It's called the clone stamp tool. If you click that, it has sliders for hardness and size, just like the eraser tool. And then we can click on somewhere on the background and hold the Option key, and you get a target that appears. This is the bit of the background that it's going to copy. So I can move near Danny DeVito's head, and I'm going to copy this bit of the background, hold Option, and then click the mouse or trackpad button. And that will have copied that piece of the background, and I can now paint with it, right? So I can click on the bit of Danny DeVito's head. You can see the plus sign at the side of the cursor. That's where it's copying right now. And if I make it a little bit smaller, and I will copy this section in here, so hold Option and click. So it's copying that bit between Arnold and Danny DeVito. And I will just move this again. You can see that I've added a little bit there, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to paint over that. Try and get a bit of the cloud so it looks a lot more. There we go. Okay, so I've now removed the little bits of Danny DeVito's head. Okay, now obviously Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger live in California and they must go outside in the sunshine, whereas I live indoors a lot. So they've got a nice tan, whereas I've got the Dracula-looking skin tone. To change my skin tone and give me a tan, click on Layer 1 and then go to Image Adjustments. The first thing we're going to try is the vibrance. This allows me to change the brightness of the image. So saturation allows me to make it very black and white, or increase the color to maximum, make it very orange looking. So I'm going to move the sliders for saturation, and I'm going to increase the vibrance until I've got a bit more of a sun-kissed skin tone to match Arnold Schwarzenegger's. There we go. When you're happy with that, click OK. If you're not, click cancel and it will revert back to the way it was before. So click OK when you're ready. And there we go. I've got a bit of a tan now. Finally, I'm going to give myself some sunglasses to wear. So I'm going to go to the sunglasses image and I'm going to hit Command A to select all, edit, copy, and then I'm going to go back to my new movie poster and hit edit, paste. Using the Magic Wand tool, I'll click on the white and delete all of the white. Click anywhere on the screen to deselect, and now go to Edit, Free Transform, and resize the sunglasses. Once you're happy with the size, you can rotate them. We can always change this later if it doesn't look perfect. Click the check mark, use the Move tool in the top left hand of the screen, and move the sunglasses over my face. Now, when you use the mouse cursor, it moves in kind of large increments. If you want to be more precise, use the arrow key. So I'm pressing the up arrow key and the left arrow key to put the sunglasses into place. Okay? Okay, I'm happy with that now. So if I zoom out, you've now got Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mr. Gill standing next to one another in a movie poster.